What's happening, so fam? So we're going to do something that I've never done before. This is the first time I've ever done an audio tarot version of a Tarot Tuesday and of a tarot tutorial in general. I've been really working with the goddess Kali and Bagamuti, and Bagamuti has really pointed out to me things about my procrastination. Sometimes I procrastinate because I have so much information at my fingertips and I'm trying to organize it, and I want to have the best attack plan. Other times, you gotta make a video and you're just not in the mood to make a video, but you have the energy to make a podcast or an audio lesson or something else, right? Especially if you're one of those people that is like myself, you don't really operate in standard human time. Life can become kind of difficult to kind of balance at times. And because of this, I'm going to be listening to Bakamuti's advice of doing what I have available now with you guys. So in a way, this is going to be a lesson for you guys that you can listen to whenever it is that you need to tap into this kind of reading. It's going to just show you something. And it's also going to allow you to read your own Tarot Tuesday for this particular session that I'm unlocking. You can come back to this 2 years down the road, pull out the same kind of cards, and still be able to understand the same kind of information from a different perspective. And it doesn't always have to be about what you're referencing right now, okay? So what I really want you to do is pick out an oracle deck or pick out a tarot deck, whichever it is that you really want to get. And I want you to basically just shuffle, get in your zone. No stress, no nothing. We're just going to vibe it out. We're having fun while we're doing this. This is our spiritual practice. We're just talking to ourselves. We're getting to the core of whatever's there. And when you feel like your cards are ready, take a deep breath. Promise yourself that you're just going to basically take this however it comes. You're not going to be biased. You're not going to try to lie to yourself. You're not going to reshuffle the cards if something comes out and it's not to your liking. You're just going to take it and you're going to grow. You'd rather know than not. You're going to grab the first card. The first card is going to really be representing your drive right now. You can also consider this your root chakra if you wanted to, but basically it's the energy that you're using right now. If you have any cards that are reversed, go ahead and ask yourself, where are these things coming from? If you have cards that are positive, then ask yourself, is that the kind of energy that you want to be carrying right now? Because that's the energy that is driving the rest of the manifestations and the rest of the things that you're going to be doing next. Okay? Take a deep breath. We're going to pull out a second card. The second card is about surrendering. What you need to surrender into, or you need to give up personally, so that your drive can purify, amplify, or change. Take a deep breath. The next card that ends up coming out is going to be about protection. It's going to be about your solar plexus and what you have to keep in mind. And all you're doing right now, if you're new to tarot, you're just pulling the cards out. You're just letting yourself be in a meditative practice with the tarot. And you might have noticed that there are certain messages or something kind of like talking to you in the background. These are the cards themselves. These are you talking to yourself through the whispers of the cards. If you're not having one of those experiences, that's fine. The fourth card has to do with acceptance. This is something that you have to come to accept. What I want you to pay attention to is, regardless if you're using tarot or oracle, if your cards have numbers, those numbers mean something in the reading. So if our first card is about drive and it comes out with the number 14, 14 is 1, manifestation, 4, your heart space or your intuition. 14 has to do with love and trusting your intuition to manifest. The second card that we're pulling out has to do with surrender. If that card comes out with, let's say, the number 2, the number 2 indicates becoming positive or having positive mindsets. Combine those informations with the cards that were pulled out. So if in surrender you pulled out 2 of Pentacles, that's basically telling you to surrender to the cosmic flow. The third card has to do with protection. If, let's say, the number 20 came out with protection, the way you protect yourself also includes 2, staying positive, and 0, the universe. You are protecting yourself through being positive with the universe. The fourth card has to do with acceptance. If the number 39 came out with that card, it would mean 3, you're creating, 9, you're evolving. You need to accept that you are creating and evolving, that you are protected if you're positive with the universe, that you need to surrender into positivity, and that your drive should only be love, for that is trusting your intuition. Take a deep breath. You're going to take your deck and you're going to flip it over, the whole thing, flip it over. And the fifth card, or the fifth chakra as well, is usually tied to the shadow, okay? So whenever your cards with the first 4 cards, you could always consider the first 4 cards being the first 4 chakras, or 4 levels of consciousness that allows the person to become one with their heart space, or their quantum heart. So when you reach the 5th card, which has to do with like secrets, authenticity, truths, wisdom, you always want to flip your deck over. Because when you do that, you're basically saying, I want to know the subconscious secrets. I don't want to just know what's at face value, which is just being shared voluntarily. So our 5th card has to do with belonging. This card that you pull out has to do with belonging. This is what your shadow requires. It wants to belong to something that transcends whatever card you've pulled out. So for some people, they'll pull out, a negative card. You want to have a belonging that's the antithesis of what you pulled. If you pulled out a positive card, you want to have a belonging in a system or an environment that produces that vibration, because that's what's inside of your shadow. The 6th card also has to do with the intuition. And the 6th card is about courage. This is what you intuitively need as your courage. This is what you intuitively must overcome to have more courage with. The last card that you are automatically going to see on your top of the deck is going to be the 7th card, your life. This is what you need to use to nurture yourself. So then again, the numerology. For belonging, 41. This is what your intuition wants you to manifest a solution for, or the energy of, for your belonging. That belonging is the belonging into your universe that you want to surrender into and accept. Let's say 50 comes up with courage. 5, change. 0, the universe. You have to have courage to change with the universe. Your belonging, you intuitively know you are manifesting where you belong. You need to accept that you are creating your own evolution, that you are protected if you maintain positive and continue to work with the universe. You need to surrender more into positivity as you allow love to be your drive. You need to nurture. 38. The creation of abundance that you are putting out there. Take a deep breath. You're going to remove the 7th card on the top of the deck. And you will see the next card. Harmony. This is what brings you harmony. The number on my card is 22. Being positive about positivity. Being positive about the things that we're finding out already. Being positive about our change. We're going to pull that card. The next card that you see underneath that one will be the card of your soul. And it is the childlike expression that has to formulate itself into your reality. In the year of 2020-2021, the child vibration of playing and letting your inner child surrender into the divine feminine, into the mother, is something that allows you to really open up your consciousness and expand. So whatever it is that comes out on this 9th card is what you need to work on personally to develop a childlike expression. On this card, I have 1 and 2, manifesting more positivity. We're going to flip the deck over, going back to the original way we started reading. This is our 10th card. This is the thing that's going to ground us and impact our foundations. This is your achievement. If you listen to all the lower cards, this will be your achievement. Pull out another card on the 11th. This is what's going to bring you wholeness. To achieve, you must positively listen to your intuition so that your wholeness comes from a positive, intuitive place. This is what your spirit at the 11th card is trying to communicate with you again. The 12th card has to do with universal consciousness, the divine balancing of the yin and the yang of Tantra, and it is empowerment. This is what is going to empower you. We have 23, being positive with our creation. I'm just going to read the numerology from these cards. To empower ourselves, we must be positive with our creations. With our wholeness, we must be positive with our intuition, knowing what we are creating. To achieve, we must follow our intuition into the positive. Our soul wants us to understand that we are manifesting happiness, and we have to surrender into that happiness. To have harmony, we must maintain positive and harmonious with ourselves. We need to nurture the creation that we are putting out there as our abundance. You must have courage to change your environment with the cosmos. You are creating your belonging with your intuition. It's being manifested. You must accept that you're creating your own evolution, that you're protected as long as you remain positive with the universe, and as long as you positively surrender, love will be your drive. That drive that empowers you. I'll see you in our next episode.